From 21Alive Plus, this is your Fastcast.
Good morning. We're taking a live look over Fort Wayne on your Friday morning. We've got some good news to share. You have made it to Friday. It looks like we've got some sunshine to start our day, and we want to get a quick check of your first alert forecast with meteorologist Brian Barrett, who's filling in for Liz today, getting up early with us and celebrating another day. We're heading into a weekend. Not only is it a weekend, we've got a long weekend for Labor Day, so kind of walk us through what we need to know because it's going to get really nice out there.
Yeah, the best part of the weekend, it's a holiday weekend. You know, people get one more day off.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not a lucky one.
Not
like
you.
That. But still, we're going to hang on to some hot conditions today, but things will slowly cool down over the next several days. So that's actually the good news. There's a look at Futurecast as we go throughout the day. Still hanging on to some rather hot conditions as we go throughout the remainder of the work week, or actually as we go into Friday here, as we'll still hang on to some rather, here's a look at Futurecast. Just give me one
Technical difficulties through this morning.
Maybe actually, Jess, if you go back to you real quick, I'll have it solved within just a minute or two. So.
Okay, no worries. Let's talk about your news headlines instead here this morning. Brian, I'm going to have you.
Sorry.
You won't be able to pull up anything in the preview, but we'll talk about your news headlines here this morning. We want to give you an update on that fire that, of course, caught all of your attention Wednesday.
She's seen this fire in the air, and I'm like, let's find out where it's at.
And we looked out the window, immediately saw the smoke, and headed this way, and it's incredible.
Okay, as you can see, this is what's left of the property on Fort Wayne's east side. Yesterday, crews were out there monitoring the site to make sure it didn't rekindle. Now, you may remember that started around 3:30 Wednesday afternoon, and they had to fight that fire for more than 5 hours. Now, the Fort Wayne Fire Department Assistant Chief Jonathan Flickinger says tires and vehicles owned by Pontiac Tires LLC were on that property. So now he says there's still a lot of work that needs to be done to determine exactly what caused that fire.
With tires, that's always a concern if we've got some magnesium rims. With magnesium, we can't get water put on those. It's going to make the fire worse. Sometimes you don't have a choice, even if you do have magnesium rims, because maybe that's a small component of it compared to the mass of what the actual fire is.
And that building now is condemned.
They need to be taken care of right now. They needed to be taken care of 2 years ago.
Okay, we have new reaction this morning as members of a local advocacy group say we could be continuing to see more deadly problems at the Allen County Jail. Now, they're so worried, they're taking their concerns directly to a federal judge. Back in 2022, that federal judge told the Allen County Sheriff he needed to immediately address the concerns of overcrowding and mental health. Now, the sheriff decided at the time the solution was to build a new jail, but some people believe that waiting isn't an option and the fix needs to happen now. So that includes those people with JAVA, which is a nonprofit that advocates in part for inmates dealing with what they call horrific conditions there. So in the past year, there have been 5 deaths at the jail, 3 of which were suicides. And some people with JAVA say those deaths were preventable. That's why they tell us they wrote a letter to the federal judge.
Whether he has been made aware or not, he's kind of in a position of if you didn't know, you should have.
Okay, 21 Investigates has reached out to the federal judge in charge of the case against the jail, asking if he received that letter and if he had a response. He has not responded to our request yet, but of course, we'll make sure to keep you updated. Okay, Brian, are we ready to talk
Yes.
weather? Okay, good.
Yes.
So as we were saying, it's going to be nice out this weekend. We just got to make it through today, it seems.
Yes, it always seems like on the digital desk there's some difficulties
Hey,
over here.
we're running it all. This is our own show. We
know,
don't
I
have the
know.
people in the back like we do for the actual newscast. We got to hold down the fort over here, so we got to do our
Yes.
best. It's okay.
Yes, talking about the fort, temperatures are going to be quite toasty as we go into this afternoon, as highs will make it all the way into the mid 90s. So definitely some warm air is on tap. Here's a look at Futurecast as we head throughout the day. Notice we're going to hang on to some partly cloudy conditions, and some more clouds will continue to roll across the region as we go into the later part of the afternoon. As we even go into around 7, 8 o'clock, we'll see an approaching cold front bring some chances for some widespread showers and some thunderstorms, and that chance lingering into that overnight time frame into early Saturday morning as well. And then as we go to around 10, 11 o'clock, a couple light rain showers once again are possible, and then clearing later into the afternoon. Those are a look at the next 2 days, but in terms of that hourly forecast for the day, 94 for that high temperature, partly to mostly sunny conditions. We actually have the potential to break a record. Highs, actually that high temperature today, 94, that record high temperature set back in 1993 at 94 degrees. So if we overachieve by a degree or two, this could potentially do that. Rain chance today looking minimal until around 6 o'clock, and then in that overnight time frame, chances for some scattered showers and some storms. And that Labor Day weekend forecast, 82 on Saturday, 83 on Sunday, and then mid-70s for Labor Day. And then on your first alert extended forecast, hanging into the 70s into Tuesday too, and then Wednesday and Thursday, that heat returning as temperatures will return back into the mid-80s.
Okay, sounds good, Brian. I'm excited for a little bit of a cool down. So now we want to bring you guys some good news. And Brian, you might need to adjust your camera shot here just a little bit, because I've got us in some fun little boxes.
Okay.
We're talking about the new farm animals joining the herd at Solomon Farm Park. Take a look. Oh my gosh, they're so fluffy. This is London and Lucky. They're Valais black-nosed sheep and have joined the Highland cows, the dwarf goats, the pigs, and all of the other animals at Solomon Farm. I don't know if you've ever gotten to visit, Brian, but I did a couple stories there last year, and those cows are so cute. So I'm excited to hopefully meet the sheep sometime soon too, because people love all the animals over at Solomon Farm. They've got some cool ones.
And they look absolutely spectacular. Oh my
They're
goodness.
so fluffy.
Yes, look how fluffy they are.
Yes, I'm sure they're really soft. But like Kayla and Julian were saying on the morning show, I was kind of overhearing, I can't imagine they want to be touched or hugged or anything. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to go just give them a big hug, but I'm sure they would not really quite appreciate it.
Especially in this heat, they're probably like, stay away from me, please. It's just too hot outside.
I wouldn't want to be a sheep in this heat.
That's true. That's very true right there.
All right. So cute. Okay, we want to leave you guys on a live look over Fort Wayne this morning. It's sunny. It's going to be hot and humid for one more day. You just got to make it through. And then we've got the weekend on the way and a cool down. We're back here again next week. Have a great 3-day weekend.